Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. It is June the 1st of June. Somehow we are nearly halfway through already the year of 2025. But the big thing is the transfer window has finally opened. Yes, you guessed it right. June 1st, transfer window opens. It is open till June 10th. Then it closes due to Club World Cup and opens once again on June 16th or 17th, if my memory doesn't deceive me. So, transfer window is open. So, where are the signings? Seriously, where are the signings? Because other teams are already making signings. They have signed players already, and Arsenal, of course, despite all the rumors, reports, and all this stuff, well, nothing has been done. Hopefully, genuinely, hopefully, by the time the Club World Cup begins and transfer window shuts closed, we have signed someone. Because otherwise, it could be hella long. But yeah, today on the stream, we're gonna talk about some news regarding Thomas Partey. We're gonna talk about the pressure Arteta and Arsenal are under because it is massive right now. And of course, the big thing that the transfer window is open. And obviously, yesterday I promised you that we're gonna do something different, something we haven't done on the stream. We might do it towards the end part of the stream today if we have enough time. We'll see if it happens or not, but we might do it. If we don't get enough time, we're gonna do it on a separate day and arguably dedicate pretty much a whole separate stream for it. In terms of, I'm kind of gonna give it away. We're gonna go through comments I've been getting on YouTube and on TikTok regarding stuff I post, because I post lots of stuff, some controversial stuff regarding Arteta, because obviously I'm one of those people who want Arteta out. Many people don't. Regarding signings, regarding transfer business and all this stuff. So we're gonna look at those as well. I don't know if it's gonna happen today or we're gonna dedicate a specifically separate stream. We're gonna look at them. We're gonna cook some people afterwards. But yeah, that is in the pipeline. So just before we get into things, smash the like button. Smash it, caress it, destroy it. Let's aim today on the stream for 15 likes. 15, why not? Let's aim for 15 likes. Shares the love around, takes a second, pushes the stream to other people so they can get and chat and give their opinion on Arsenal and situation that's happening currently around Arsenal. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. We are 10 away as this stream is going live. 10 subscribers away from 600. You have been fantastic in terms of subbing, following, all this stuff. Sorry. And of course, as soon as we hit 600, we are aiming for the big 1000 on rapid pace. My aim is to get at least 1000 before the start of 25-26 season, which is legitimately 2.5 months away, so it's not that far. Let's just say it as it is. And of course, leave your thoughts down in the live chat so we can tackle them, we can discuss them, and do all that good stuff. Big up Nathan, Sesko and Mbeumo, and plus a left wing. Interesting. Big up Hand and Gunner. Big up everyone in the chat. Hit the likes, yeah, share the love, show the love, hit the likes and everything. And big up Gavin as well. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Hope you're doing well today. And first things first, what we're gonna kick things off today is this. Apparently, it is, well, somewhat confirmed, let's just put it that way, because in transfer window you cannot take anything for granted, because let's be real, nothing is granted until the player holds up the shirt. But apparently Rodrigo has told Real Madrid that he wants to stay at Real Madrid, he wants to fight for his spot, for more game time, and he wants to play under Xabi Alonso. And given the football he played at Bayer Leverkusen, I think Xabi Alonso definitely, if he keeps Rodrigo, he definitely will get the best out of him. I strongly believe so. And obviously, in terms of Arsenal, puts a bit of a damper on things, because Rodrigo, if those links were true, supposedly if those links were true, Rodrigo for me was the number one option for left wing, but it looks like it is not going to happen, unfortunately. So that now raises the big question: who we could go for the left wing? Nico Williams, Rafael, I don't know, Barcola, someone like that. Or we gonna turn to Premier League and look at maybe Semenyo, maybe someone like that, who knows. But ultimately, Arsenal's left wing spot is still up for grabs. And of course, if you can believe you cannot believe everything people say online from the journalists, but if you can believe what they are suggesting, that Arsenal's aim this transfer window is to sign a forward, a striker, first things first, Second of all, to sign a left winger, and that is the biggest question, and of course a midfielder. We technically, it looks like we will sign a striker, we will sign a midfielder. Who is gonna be the left winger? That is for me the biggest thing. Unless we sign the new Chinese left winger called Fukin Novan. And if you get what I mean, yo, it is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. Big up Pepper, hope you're doing well today. Big up YouTube Senses, so the transfer window is finally open, and as the day one comes to an end, Arsenal have signed no one. Exactly. Today I woke up to news that Mateus Cunha, done, deal, dusted, confirmed, he's at United. Confirmed by Fabrizio, confirmed by United themselves. It is done and dusted. Looks like Liverpool, Frimpong, done and dusted. Wirtz, it's nearly done by the looks of things. Kerkez is apparently next. And everything, it looks like teams around us are strengthening quite heavily, whilst Arsenal, well, yeah, are doing quite nothing. Let's just say it as it is. Because for me, it's always been the case that actions speak louder than words. And so far, Arsenal, every single transfer window, has lots of talk, lots of words, and ultimately no action whatsoever. So I guess we will have to wait and see. We will have to be patient, but I'm sick and tired of being patient. Because I've been patient with Arteta for the longest time, let's just say it as it is. And as an Arsenal fan, let's be real, we've all been patient for the longest time. We've been waiting for another Premier League title for 21 years. We've been waiting for 5 years now for FA Cup, which used to be our bread and butter even if we didn't win the league. Remember those days under Arsene Wenger? We've been waiting for 30 plus years for Carabao Cup, and we still haven't done that. And to add on top of things, we are still waiting for our first Champions League, which obviously we have never ever done. We don't have even 1 star above our name. So I guess we are sitting and waiting. We are waiting, and well, it doesn't look too promising, does it? I just say it as it is. Let's just say it as it is. Big up Lansam, big up, we are not giving Partey to anyone, never. Well, that is the hope, but we're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that in a second. Congratulations to Oldham Lang back in the Football League. Oh, they got promoted from National Championship to League 2. They got promoted to League 2. Congrats to them. They used to bumble between League 1 and League 2 for quite some time, and in recent years they were relegated into Nations National League or something like that. And now they're back up. Good for them. Good for them. Maybe a good career mode to do with Oldham Athletic for next FIFA or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, in other news, Arsenal's target Juan Garcia is set to join Barcelona on long-term deal, according to Fabrizio Romano. The Gunners were previously linked, but they have just let the top talent slip away. That's the question mark. Should Arteta have acted quicker? And it's very interesting because Arsenal were, according to reports, if you can believe them, because you cannot to believe anything these days on social media, they were saying that he could join Arsenal. He's gonna join Arsenal. Arsenal are very in for him. But from the latest reports, it suggests that since Andrea Berta has come in, the communications between Arsenal and Espanyol in terms of signing Juan Garcia had gone dead silent. Apparently, Andrea Berta doesn't want to sign a goalkeeper per se because he thinks that the funds Arteta wanted to spend on goalkeeper could have been spent in other, more necessary places. Let's just put it that way, and that I completely agree with. The biggest issue is, with this at least, for this statement, should Arteta have acted quicker? Why on earth this says Arteta should have acted quicker? Because I thought our sporting director is Andrea Berta, no? And I thought Mikel Arteta doesn't make these calls anymore. But apparently he does, because it looks like he does. Arteta has admitted openly himself that he pretty much many times gets the final say on these things. And he gets what he wants, because before we signed Calafiori, before we signed Merino, there were some arguments in the hierarchy about Calafiori's injury history. They thought that Merino is not the best profile type of player for Arteta. But when push came to shove, Arteta put his foot down and said, I want them, so he got them at the end of the day. So the big question is, why is still it saying should Arteta have acted quicker? Because Bert is the sporting director, not Mikel Arteta. What the hell is going on here? You would think that Andrea Berta would have some power to kind of overrule Mikel Arteta on some signings, but based on this, it doesn't look too promising, does it? It genuinely doesn't look too promising, which is a massive, massive worry to say the least. Big up Pepper, he tweeted me today this. He tweeted me today this in the morning. Luis Enrique, what he said after winning the Champions League. These were there were a few matches this season that tested us. Liverpool, for example, made things very difficult, especially in transitions, and we recall that Liverpool genuinely stole a 1-0 win at Parc de Paris, or whatever it's called, Parc de France or whatever. And they shouldn't have won that game one single bit, but somehow Elliott scored a goal and it was 1-0 to them. And then obviously at the Anfield it was an insane game, let's just say it as it is. And then Aston Villa too, were one of the more organized sides we came up against, because in the first game it was rough. I'm not gonna lie, for Aston Villa, they still managed to score first. And if Nuno Mendes didn't score that third goal in front in the first leg, the second leg was insane. How Aston Villa went for it, how they pretty much pulled it back almost. And obviously, in my opinion, Emery did the stupid thing taking off Rashford, because he was the one that was cooking the most. But hey, it is what it is. But notice how he didn't mention Mikel Arteta in this, how he didn't mention Arsenal. He mentioned round of 16, he mentioned quarterfinals in this, but he didn't even mention semi-final game against Arsenal, interestingly enough. And think about it, they on the way, PSG on the way beat some of the top 6 teams in Premier League: Aston Villa, Man City, Liverpool, and of course Arsenal. So it's very interesting, but, and this is where Pepper's comment comes in. Super duper Mick out XG'd PSG on both legs, and that is the case. That is the one thing that top Gunners are trying to push the narrative. When we win the games, XG doesn't matter. We were the better team, in quotation marks. As soon as we lose the game, oh, Arteta coached a 2-1 win. Oh, there was this XG. Oh, there was this. Oh, there was that. Instantly the excuses come out. How about saying, we didn't deserve to win. The team was shit. We couldn't convert our dinner. It's on Arteta that we don't have a proper striker. Let's just put it that way. Think about it. Because after the PSG win, I saw lots of things regarding Arteta, regarding Arsenal and everything. Arteta deserved to be in the final. This was the most unfair thing that PSG got to the final and all this stuff. XG shows otherwise. Arsenal were the better team, and Mikel Arteta always said we were the best team in Champions League. Based on XG, maybe, but stats don't win you games. Players win you games, and final result wins you games. So what is he waffling about here? I'll just put it that way. Arsenal losing to PSG in the semis is not looking so bad. No, we were close to being the team the top of the European teams really feared. This transfer window will show our intent or not. You could say that way, but think about it last year. We finished 2 points behind Man City. And we all said, this will be the transfer window. This will show the real intent of the team. This will be the season we sign the big players and we win the league finally. And we end up with Calafiori, Merino, Captain Norberto Neto, and Sterling loan on deadline day. And we all saw what followed afterwards. Now we are in the same place. Basically. We are back, like, rinse and repeat. We are back with this. This transfer window will show the intent. Are the owners serious? Or does all this, all that? It's the same thing once a bloody again. Let's just put it as it is. And the worst part is, one of the biggest salvations, if you can call it that way, for top Gunners is, oh, but Arsenal lost to the both teams that were in the final. Because we lost to Inter and we lost to PSG. Both finalists. Oh, we take that. No, we don't take that. How about get to the finals at least? Hasn't been to a final since the FA Cup, so that's 20 finals missed. Like, what the hell is this about? Big up AJ, hope you're doing well today, hope you're doing well. Enrique, don't trade super duper Mick and Arsenal. Exactly. Even Enrique might even rate Arsenal, by the way. He might not trade super duper Mick just because of that. Because I'm reading reports today that Inter potentially could sack Inzaghi, right? The Inzaghi has offer from Al Ahly in Al Hilal, sorry, from Al Hilal in Saudi, right? You know who they're looking as a replacement? Inter Milan. Marcos Silva from Fulham. If Super Duper Mick is this type of manager as Top Gunners want us to believe, he's the architect, world class manager. Tactically, he's better than almost anyone in the world, as they say. How comes Inter Milan are not going for him? Like, make it make sense. YouTube Arteta is not good enough. Oh, that's for YouTube censors, I assume. Arteta is not good enough. One trophy from 22 obtainable. Imagine that. One trophy from 22 obtainable. He's been to final once. He's been to semi-final about 3 times. And the rest of it is just the less said than better. Let's be real. Binned all the cups, binned everything. We need to sign 5 players moving too slow. Exactly. And to be honest, 5 players might not be even enough. We already have one of the smallest, if not the smallest squad in the league, right? And if we lose 3-4 players, as we have lost 2 already from loans, 2 have left for free, which means we have lost 4. Signing 5 players, arguably, put back in the same spot we were this season when it began. Again, the smallest squad in the league. We actually need about 7 or 8 players, provided we don't lose too many players. That is the biggest issue. Oh, we get promoted players up. We're going to promote players from Hale End. We're going to put youngsters on the bench. What's the point in putting them on the bench if we don't play them? Because some of these youngsters, like Wanyeri, Max Dauman doesn't count because we couldn't do it. But right now, Max Dauman next season, for example, are we going to win with them? Will they play at all? Because the treatment of Wanyeri is total disgrace from Mikel Arteta, by the way. Total and utter disgrace, in my opinion, this season. Huge congrats on 590. Big up to you. Big up to everyone who has subbed, who has liked and everything. We are on 11 likes. In the beginning of the stream, I said the aim for me personally is 15. If we can smash that, then go for 20. So if you haven't already, smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Road to 600 is going strong. Leave your thoughts down in the live chat and everything so we can talk and tackle them. And let's do this. Look, if Arteta wants Sesco's with Mendy and Nico Williams, then get them on the preseason, then no excuses. Exactly. I put out a TikTok and YouTube short. And interestingly enough, that is one of my most watched TikToks and one of my most watched YouTube shorts on either of the channels, where I say, basically, I don't give a damn. If Arsenal want to sign Sesko, go sign him. If they want to sign Nico Williams, go sign him. If they want to sign Sokratis Papastatopoulos for defense, go and sign him. But sign them before the preseason begins. So we have every single player already in place. So they can integrate into the team, into tactics, into everything. Because I don't want another situation where season kicks off, we still have 2-3 players coming in, and every other team pretty much have their business done. Which by the end of the day means that when the season kicks off, we still are waiting for signings. Everyone has them. We all already starting our season 1-2 steps behind. Already. Because they're gonna need time, they're gonna need to adjust and all this crap. Which means we already gonna be genuinely already start trying to catch an away going train at the end of the day. The Arsenal ladies have already brought their first player in the summer different standards. Yeah, ladies just won the Champions League. And they're moving already, big time. Big up to them. Inter Milan don't want Arteta, just showed what he really is. To be honest, it's true. And think about it. Luis Enrique is on 9.5 million at PSG. Inzaghi is on 5.6 million at Inter Milan. Mikel Arteta is on 15 at Arsenal. You want to tell me if we pay the money to Inzaghi, he wouldn't come? He would. Let's be real. Obviously, he has no offer from Al Hilal, I think, the blue badge where Neymar used to pay. I think it's Al Hilal, and everything. I tend to get them mixed up at times. But yeah, if he accepts it, it's good for him. Good payday. PSG worthy Champions League winners, no excuses. It's been said we have 200 million to spend. They need to blow minds whoever they buy this time. No, exactly. The biggest thing is, I read today that Arsenal can spend 200 to 300 million this window without any worries about FFP, PSR, and all that crap. Mostly because we don't spend at all, pretty much. And last summer we finished with net profits. In January we didn't spend, which again adds to that up. So if we have this money, go and fucking spend it. Sign the necessary players then. What's the holdup? Simple question: if Arteta doesn't win anything next season, would you sack him? That's for you, YouTube censors. Big up Mubarak. If Barcelona offer huge money, then yes. Issue is he's out of contract, and he can be signed on free. So if Arsenal doesn't manage to get that done, and he goes to Barcelona, it's gonna be a free signing. His contract runs out by June 30th, if I'm not mistaken. Or they want to even sign him now before the Club World Cup or something like that, maybe. Big up, Mike. Hope you're doing well. Are even Barcelona in the Club World Cup? I don't think they are. Bradley Barkle is £42 million. So if we can get more than for Gabriel Martinelli, please just sell him and bring in Bradley. Yeah, instantly. Sell one, bring in the other. Like not like per like, but player per player, position per position. Just do it. Big up, Mike. Yeah, big up, Mike. Last week I sent you a short on signing early to the top gunner in my WhatsApp group. He replied, transfer window hasn't opened yet and Zubimendi in the bag. Big up to you for spreading the word, by the way. Big up to you. And yeah, transfer window hasn't opened yet Barcelona, Liverpool pretty much have had Frimpong done. United had, before the transfer window has opened, Cunha done. Today it got announced in the morning. Everyone is doing business. Our women's team already has signed players. We have done nothing. Like, that's the thing. And allegedly, we have signed Zubimendi since January. Since January window closed, Zubimendi is done. Instantly. Sam Mokbel and all these damn people reported he's already done and dusted. Where is he then? And now we are hearing, oh, he needs medicals, visa. I get that, right? But the medicals haven't been done. There's still rumors he might not even sign, by the way, because it's not done and dusted. We haven't paid the money and everything. It's like... Meanwhile, Liverpool have almost done 3 transfers exactly. And to be honest, they haven't done the cheapest ones. Yes, I get that Frimpong might be cheaper, but Kerkez and Wirtz, by the way. 3 top signings to completely shift around their team. Let's be real. It was long overdue they needed to replace Robertson. They're doing it now. Now they have found a replacement for Trent instantly. Let's be real, instantly. And they needed a creative number 10 since Firmino. Coutinho and Firmino. And they have done it now as well. It's nuts. You would think Liverpool just finished 2-3 points behind title-winning team. They just won the league. They are going for the double. They're going for repeat next season, plus Champions League, 100%. Saudi have offered Inzaghi 12.5 million. So if we offer him 15, we get Inzaghi. It's not that easy though, is it? Because in Saudi, it's tax-free, if I'm not mistaken. So 12.5 million salary is 12.5 million salary. In England, if you get 15 million, it's about, what, 40% tax, 45% tax, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not from UK. But I think it's about 40-45% tax of people who earn the big monies, right? So that means at the end of the day that he's gonna get a bit more than half of that. 15 million, that he gets about 8-9 million, if I'm not mistaken. So you kind of have to take that into consideration as well. And yeah, I would say, exactly, big up to you. We must keep Partey for another 2 years, in my honest opinion. True, I would be okay with Partey signing 1 year plus 1 year option. I would be okay with that. If it's a month of won't we sign Sesko, it's already, exactly. If you want Sesko, sign right now. Genuinely sign before the Club World Cup in these 10 days. Sign right now. So there is more time, more everything, we can do everything. Because if we drag this out and we just go to Singapore pre-season, there's North London Derby in that crap as well and everything, and we are going into that game without our main signings, just piece the scene already. My question to that top gunner, where's Zubimendi then? If Zubimendi and Sesko are done, just book the medicals and give them their shirt number so they definitely make pre-season. Exactly. Yeah, ask him that, and he's very confident that we have Zubimendi. It will be an all-might meltdown if deal falls through, dude. You think about this. Remember how Liverpool got trolled for Zubimendi deal falling through? For all this jazz, for all this chess that top gunners have shown on social media that Zubimendi is done, laughing at Liverpool for getting Zubimendi and all this stuff, Zubi-Zubi-Doo and all that crap, it's gonna be hell on earth from their point of view. They're gonna banter us. Already you can prepare for that if that doesn't happen. You're right, it's 45% top bracket, exactly, and yeah. Well, yeah, they got these guys always find a way. They found loopholes. Obviously, they find loopholes. They genuinely get paid in offshores in Seychelles or something like that. Obviously, but ultimately, they will find it. They will find a loophole. But if we offer top dollar, I think we could get it. Exactly. The ladies have European Championship this summer. The club knows that, so we acting early, so the women do it right away. Can't demand them. Exactly. And ladies actually have something to play for next season. They need to defend, first things first, the title. They need to basically slay the dragon that is Chelsea last season, doing the invincible under Bompaster, by the way. So it's actually kind of nuts. 13 likes, big up to everyone who has liked. So if you haven't already as well, like the stream. Aiming for 15 likes for this stream. Early stages, we are nearly half hour in, and subscribe if you're new. Road to 600 is going strong, and have a night, and leave your thoughts in the live chat. Big up Kwame, hope you're doing well today. Big up Kwame. I wanted to show you this, the mentality of PSG owner. PSG owner spoke after winning Champions League with PSG. Now our mission is to win the FIFA Club World Cup, and then the Champions League again next year. That's our mentality. Would you ever see Josh Kroenke come out and say stuff like this? Would you ever hear Josh Kroenke come out and say stuff like this? Oh, we just won the Premier League. Our aim now is to win Premier League next season, win the Champions League and Club World Cup and all this stuff. Because I don't hear our owners, our manager, to say the least, speak with chest like that. We want to win it this year, we want to win it next year, and we're gonna do it. From these instances, I'm never hearing them from speaking like that. We're still talking about this Garcia kid. We are. That's the nuts part. For me, one thing we can do to Sesko is give the pressure of the 14 shirt, because he's not ready for that, so that would kill him and he would become bigger flop than Pepe. To be honest, I really hate when people speak of Pepe as he was a flop. Yes, he didn't do well, and obviously 72 million price tag didn't do him any favors. Obviously, also Emery wanted Zaha, but we signed Pepe. But Pepe also was quite heavily misused to many extents, in my opinion. On top of that, when it mattered to many times, he actually stepped up. Remember the free kicks in Europa League? When we were 2 goals down, he scored 2 free kicks and everything. He actually was carrying our team to a certain extent. He wasn't as bad as people made him out to be. His first touch, his dribbling skills were second to none. His left foot was phenomenal. It's just the fact that we played in a way that didn't suit him whatsoever. Lille, at the time when we signed him, played very quick, counter-attack, fast-paced football, which gave him chance to run in behind and massive time to run with ball in his feet and attack defenders with the pace. We never played like that. And that, I think, also kind of disrupted him and made him not shown in a very good light, because now he's at Villarreal and he's playing phenomenally well. And to be honest, talking about Sesko and number 14 shirt, first things first, that number 14 shirt should be retired. Because it's weird to say, but for example, for me, number 14 shirt means a lot, right? For Gen Zs and all these Gen morons these days, it means nothing at the end of the day. They don't know this stuff. They don't understand this stuff. How certain shirt numbers and everything can mean something to you. It's same like watching NBA when they retire, for example, Larry Bird's shirt, Kevin Garnett's, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace, Michael Jordan, when they retire those shirt numbers like 23, 8, 9, all these numbers. There are certain numbers like number 6, who is now forbidden to be played with in the NBA overall, because it's retired due to certain circumstances and everything. No, 8 as well. So definitely there are certain instances that for me it means a lot. For older Arsenal fans it means a lot. For these young guns it means absolutely squat. Let's just say it as it is. But no matter who comes in for the striker, whether it's Sesko, whether it's Mika Biereth, somehow we signed him, whether it's Lautaro Martinez, Lewandowski, whoever, they will have the weight of the whole Arsenal fan base on their shoulders, whole pressure from the whole Arsenal world on their shoulders. Because we haven't had a striker for 4 years pretty much. Think about it. For 4 years, we haven't had a striker. So all the expectations will be on that one person. Genuinely, all the expectations will be on that one person, and it's gonna be very, very rough for them. Especially if shit hits the fan and it goes south real quick. Let's just put it that way. We aren't serious about signing players in the summer transfers. Well, we can hope. We can genuinely hope. We only signed Martin Zubimendi. That we haven't even signed Zubimendi. I don't see the shirt being lifted up. I don't see him in Arsenal shirt. I don't see anyone confirming that. There's still talks only about medicals to be set, visa to be done, and all this stuff. I haven't seen anything. Haven't seen the money even been put in for that. I really like Pepe. Should have kept him till this day, and price tag was not his fault. Exactly. But the biggest thing, like almost with every big club, many times, is that you are all good as long as the fan base, right, is behind you. As soon as the fan base turns on you, you're pretty much done. Like, that is the biggest thing here, especially if you are in a big club like Arsenal. Because everyone was fine and dandy with most of the players, but as soon as the fan base turns on you, you are genuinely screwed. Let's just say it pound per pound as it is. At the same time, I think Pepe was as well kind of mistreated at Arsenal, I'm not gonna lie. It was painful to watch. It was genuinely painful to watch, see and experience from the things that happened, that could have happened, and that should have happened and didn't happen. Let's just put it that way. Have never heard of Garcia. Where does he play? Juan Garcia, the goalkeeper from Espanyol. The number 14 and 10 should have been retired the moment Henry left the team. You could argue that. You could argue definitely that. But obviously we are in Europe and we are not in like NBA where they do this stuff. I have no Villarreal or something. He's from Espanyol, one of these La Liga sides. I'm not looking at keepers because we don't need a goalkeeper. Exactly, we need some random backup goalkeeper because Arteta doesn't rotate the main squad in general. And he rotates goalkeepers even less. We saw it this year. Let's just say it as it is. He's from Espanyol, Juan Garcia. And he looks like he's going to sign for Barcelona now. Henry talks sense that pro Arteta fans don't want to hear. Henry, freaking hell. Henry talks sense, exactly. And the truth hurts. Genuinely. If you are delusional to some extent, and it's very hard, even when you're clear-headed, to accept the truth and certain facts, it stings. And your first, obviously, the mechanism to make it right, to defend yourself, is to go to counter-attack and instantly trigger something different. If Arteta is given Garcia too, then that's all evidence I need to know that he is not under pressure to winning something. I'm gonna say this, but looking at the video feed when basically Arteta was in the stands together sitting with Josh Kroenke, how lovey-dovey like young married couple they were, laughing and chip and all this crap they were doing. It didn't look like he was under any pressure whatsoever. He didn't look like he was worried at all. That for me is a big issue, let's be real. And then there was, of course, Andrea Berta, who was sitting 3 chairs further away from them, looking, scouting, and doing everything. It's something is not adding up. Let's just put it that way. No, just give the numbers to a person that is at the talent level. No one is at the talent. Exactly, that is also the case. You might not retire the numbers, but you should those numbers not be available to players until they reach a certain level. Let's just put it that way. Same as, for example, number 7 shirt at United when it was given to these random guys who never have kicked a ball, what it felt like. It's also a disgrace to some extent. That's why it also hurts maybe some people more than the others. Pepe must have had some silly clauses, which is why he got phased out. It made no sense either. Must have had some silly clauses like to play 4-6 games in a row, pay X amount. It was right. It wasn't exactly. It wasn't right. It absolutely wasn't right, and I would like to know what happened there with all of that. Genuinely, I would love to hear and see. I disagree. Respect because number 1 of our youth goalkeepers are ready, so we need someone to push Raya for 25 million euros, or Barcelona want him clearly talented. True. At the same time, like, we have 4 goalkeepers in our under 21s. We have 2 or 3 in under 16s or 18s or whatever. We have about 8-9 goalkeepers in our youth system. That doesn't include even Karl Hein, that's come back from Real Valladolid. Like, we don't need another goalkeeper. And the fact that we don't even rotate goalkeepers at all, pretty much, it's looking pickums. Obviously, if Raya gets injured, it could get quite hairy. At the same time, if we signed even Juan Garcia, right? For me personally, that means that Raya is gonna get phased out. Because I can very strongly see this Raya versus Juan Garcia situation turning into Ramsdale versus Raya. And long term, in my opinion, Garcia is a better goalkeeper over time. And that also would be quite interesting to see how that develops. But Arteta 100% doesn't want that situation going on. Yeah, it does hurt them. It genuinely hurts them because I said this, by the way, now that more people are here. Let me know what you think. I was thinking doing this towards the end part of the stream, but I actually might do a separate stream where I genuinely just go through comments I've gotten on YouTube and on TikTok about certain videos, YouTubes and YouTube shorts and TikToks I have posted and what people think. And we can look at them, we can discuss them, we can cook some of these people as well if you want. We can do something like that. Let me know if you would be interested in such a stream, per se. Just a separate stream, no transfers, no nothing like that. Just looking at what I get in comments and what I see on daily basis when I post something out on social media besides YouTube live streams. 15 likes, big up to everyone who is liking and subscribing as well. If you haven't, please smash the like. If we are at 15, let's aim for 20. Let's aim for 20. If I'm not mistaken, my record is 22 likes from live stream, like as I'm being live. And subscribe if you want, if you're new around here, because we are doing this and nearly 600 subscribers, and we are aiming for 1K by the start of this 25-26 season. We are going strong and we are not planning on stopping at all. Arteta is used as a puppet for Kron. It looks that way. Big up Eros. Eros. Big up. How are you doing today? I had an Arteta tell me 2 days we can judge Arteta till he had 22 years if... Oh, bloody hell. 22 years of Arteta, dude. I'm already clocked out after 5. Like, I cannot do this for like 17 more years, you know? Everyone's bigging up everyone. You love to see it. Push Raya. Arteta didn't even trust Ramsdale. There's no point in wasting money on a player Arteta is not going to play. Exactly. And I think that if we sign Juan Garcia, Raya is going to get pushed out at some point. And to be honest, Raya isn't even the worst of goalkeepers. He's very good. The issue I have with Raya is the fact that Arteta is forcing him to play as the 6th defender, as a 5th defender on a halfway line pretty much. To get lobbed and everything if we lose possession. That is the biggest issue I have with him, like a sweeper keeper type of situation going on. Unless you're Manuel Neuer or something like that, I don't want to see you do that whatsoever. We had Martinez, we had Leno, Ramsdale, now Raya. He could have done the goalkeeper rotation with any combinations of these, but it never happened. Exactly. And to be honest, think about it. He pushed out Martinez to play Leno, then he pushed out Leno to play Ramsdale, and then Ramsdale got the same treatment to get Raya. And he's not going to rotate them whatsoever. It's a deception that Arteta is going to rotate. He's not even rotating the main squad players. Let's be real. So what are the chances he's going to rotate the squad, the goalkeepers? I don't think we need another goalkeeper. Exactly. Like, goalkeeper, you could argue goalkeeper is one of those positions where you need a goalkeeper as a backup. And this could bite me in the ass for next season when I say this. I might jinx it, I'm not gonna lie. But goalkeepers don't get injured as often. Obviously, if you say Courtois and stuff like that, I totally get it. It's very unlucky what he has had. Same goes for Mike Maignan and goalkeepers like that. But mostly, when you look at goalkeepers, they almost never get injured. And when they do, it's for a month or two, and then they are back. And it's weird in that regard. And since we have Setford, we have Porter, we have Rojas, and even Carl Hein if we don't sell him. I think it's enough, and we can survive few weeks genuinely without number 1 goalkeeper. We can. We have proven also, as weird as it's gonna sound when I say this, Arteta has shown that he can stink out the place, where he doesn't allow teams to have almost no shots at all on our goal. Which means if we have someone like Setford in goal, you should be pretty confident that he's gonna get maybe 2-3 shots against certain teams, and he's gonna deal with them on most occasions as well. It's not like we get pammed about 50 shots every single game. I agree with that, but 25 million euros, 80 million pounds, I would rather pay that, because otherwise right injury gives Arteta in more excuses. Well, nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna do that, because given the situation that Arteta has been here for 5.5 years and he has had 10 or 11 goalkeepers go through him, pause, in this time, basically on average 2 goalkeepers per year, nobody can use that as an excuse, let's be real. And I think the fact that Arteta is rotating goalkeepers so goddamn much, I think he still hasn't forgiven himself for letting Emi Martinez go. I think so. It did sound good. Call it the comment section. I am thinking about this. I'm thinking about this, because some of the stuff I'm getting, it would be a good laugh and it would be a good cooking as well. By the way, yeah, fully agree. We would love to see comments. Big up. It looks like people are in for doing a separate stream where we just look at comments and everything people are saying on things I post. Play Hind, play Okonkwo, play Setford. Okonkwo is not even at Arsenal. He's at Wrexham, isn't he? Or you mean the other Okonkwo's brother? We have Porter, we have Nygaard, and players like that. It will be lots of them. Pick 2 of them and who will be backups, exactly. Like, not good enough, it means nothing at the end of the day. 16 likes, big up to everyone who's liking. Don't forget to like and share. Then play Setford, play Porter. You have lots of these. Setford already has played for Arsenal against Bolton, if I'm not mistaken. And Porter played against Preston, if I'm not mistaken. One of these two. One played one game, one played the other game. And honestly, I have no idea if Setford is ready. Setford is ready. He was the main guy in Ajax system. They signed him. He was the main guy for England under 21s, I want to say, or under 20s. He's good enough. Setford is good enough. Obviously, he needs to grow and learn some stuff, but he's good enough. He's actually very good. We will never know if they're ready, because Arteta will never play them. That is the other case. How can you know if the player is good enough if you don't give him the chance? I agree with that, but unfortunately we can't afford to waste winnable trophies. True, but Arteta did this year already in the Carabao Cup when we played against... Was it the Carabao Cup? I think it was the Carabao Cup. We played against Bolton. We had Porter in goal. We played against Preston. We had Setford in goal. Then obviously after that we had Raya in goal. So there are possibilities. Arteta has given them some sort of chances when he was rotating for some weird goddamn miracle. So overall, it's not that doom and gloom as people would like to think. Oh, this is the stuff I get to see sometimes on social media. My social feed on Twitter is never on... it's always on... what's its face? It's always on following. You cannot see this because it's always on following, right? It's never on For You. Because I hate that For You section. It's filled with fucking weirdos. But I refreshed my page and randomly it was on For You. And this was the first thing. That popped out. Seriously. F Arteta, F his minions, this is my club de foot. Right? Henry and Arsene Wenger. This is the response. They literally balled the Champions League final. God forgive me for disrespecting Wenger. F Henry as usual. This is what we deal in our fan base. Even Igal is saying that is wild for saying stuff like this. Arteta has never balled a Champions League final because he's never managed to get into one. That's a good comment, I'm not gonna lie. But the disrespect you can see. Henry has been positive, but fans force the hate on our biggest legend. Facts. Henry is calling it as it is. And he hasn't said anything wrong, by the way. Henry hasn't said anything wrong. Where is it? Here it is. Henry hasn't said anything wrong. Think about it. He said that in the last 3 years we've been in a situation where we should at least bring a cup to the club. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, or be in a final, right? It's facts. With the way how we've been doing things, the things we have spent, the money we have spent, the team we are building, we should be somewhere there, but we are not. Man United played 5 finals in their last 5 years. The United that everyone laughs at in the last 3 years of building. Arsenal didn't reach one single final. And you want to tell me that this is wrong, what Thierry Henry has said here. The year we didn't compete with Liverpool, I don't know what people think, but we didn't compete not once. And that again, absolute fact. Where we did compete. Where? Because Premier League, no we didn't. We never were in a striking distance from Liverpool. They just took it, ran away, and that was all she wrote. Carabao Cup, we got lost out of semi-finals. FA Cup, we couldn't beat 10-man Manchester United. The same Man United Arsenal fans are laughing at for losing the Europa League final and everything, being 15th or something. At the same time, they were in the Europa League final. And Champions League, we are also not talking even about that. We go to the third final in club's history. Third semi-final in our club's history. I'm not saying this season was a disappointment. Well, it was. Let's just say that. But it's normal that people are raising questions now about what the team is doing. And at the same time, these same top gooners call us toxic and negative when we call this out. And when this manager himself has said, don't sell for second. Anything below first place now is unacceptable. Below second place is unacceptable. We barely are second. We couldn't do anything. Well, in that case, give Setford the number 2 role. And Garcia, yeah, that is the case. 17 likes. Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone. This Gunners video is not... it's insane. It genuinely is. Who's Herney? By the way, who is Herney? Sounds nuts. Like Herney or something. Henry he's not good enough to be a manager, so he stopped doing it. Arteta need to do the same, but he won't. Yeah, Henry, he's been a manager. At least he's gotten to a final as well, to be honest. But Henry is doing things, he's saying only facts. He has a different vision. He sees things that everyone is seeing, and he's seeing beyond that. He's calling out stuff as it is. He's saying it pound per pound, just like Emmanuel Petit is doing, the same stuff. And they get criticized. The Arsenal legends get criticized for that, for saying the stuff as it is. Truth hurts, and it's very hard to accept it. And when you are in a massive denial, as some of these top gooners are, it's gonna be absolutely insane. I would take Eddie Howe over Arteta in a heartbeat. To be honest, Eddie Howe has Arteta's number any given day, pretty much. Why do these cultists want people to lie? I don't know. To make themselves feel better. Let's be real. Can't face the truth? Well, I guess. 3 times runner-up in Premier League title race isn't progress. Exactly. And to be honest, this second place this year is total aggression compared to last 2 years. Arteta won't get us to the winning line. Nope. We all know Andrei is jealous of Arteta, simple as. Man. Eros is on a wind-up. On such a wind-up, man. You can't do this, man. We already are knocked down. You cannot do this, you know? You cannot do this. Just for that and everything. Wait, Eros. Are you from New York? Just curious. Just out of nowhere. Are you curious? You curious, fucking hell. Are you from New York? Fucking hell. Don't even. He's on such a wind-up. Dude, Kwame, he's on a wind-up. Don't even. Consider my actions, Robot. Time me out. 3-minute timeout to go and watch Thierry Henry clips on scoring. In Washington? Well, Wizards are shit. Well, to be honest, Wizards, yeah, Wizards are shit. Capitals, well, in general. So, anyways, not the less said and better. You don't have any good sports teams as well, so don't chat. Big up. He is really just trolling. That's Eros in general. Let's be real. That is Eros in general. He's just trolling. Anyways, Thomas Partey. Let's gonna get into Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, where is he? Thomas Partey representatives have held talks with Barcelona. The player has so far been unable to agree a new contract at Arsenal beyond the expiry of his present deal this month, according to Gary Jacobs. Sounds very untrustworthy, Gary Jacobs. I never trust a person who has first name and the last name as the first name. Sounds very sus, I'm not gonna lie. The funniest, that's the funniest line these Arteta cultists come out with. Who would you be jealous of someone failing? Exactly. Kwame was ready to swing. He had it all loaded up. He was ready, and then okay. Ah, good, nice, very nice. Shit on top of shit in Washington. Only Washington Redskins supporter here. I was so. You know. You don't have good sports teams as well. Not gonna lie, I cannot even remember the last time when Washington Wizards were good at basketball. I remember the Gilbert Arenas days. I remember you had Michael Jordan after coming back and everything. Still, you had Paul Pierce and he was with John Wall and everything. Still didn't work. Well, you're shit. Let's be real. Kyle Kuzma got traded to Bucks, which was the dumbest thing Bucks could have ever done. Giannis is gonna request a trade anyways from the Bucks now. I think, like, I really just he is trolling, not really Birmingham, but it was strange. But no, Eros is trolling. No, Kwame, serious. Eros is trolling. He does it all the time, all over the place. He was just trolling. He doesn't think that. No, I swear I'm just messing. He is messing around. Seriously, he is. Yeah, the Wizards have been an absolute turmoil. Your last, I'm seriously, your last best player has been at Wizards. I will say Kristaps Porzingis, and you traded him to Boston for, well, nothing, arguably, because you get some picks and you're gonna do fuck all with those picks and everything, as always you do that and everything. Like, you might as well fold the club, nah? You might as well fold the club. Washington Wizards. There's no wizardry happening there. This needs to be said that it's been my pleasure getting to know you and your community from one real Arsenal fan to another. Big up to you. Big up. I really appreciate that, AJ. Big up to you. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Big up. Gentleman and a scholar. Big up to you. Big up, why not? Big up, hope you're doing well today. Rinse and repeat Wizards every single season. Yeah. They looks like there could be something there, but they then screw it all up. They get the wrong manager. They hold the manager for longer than he should be held at the club, just like Arsenal, interestingly enough, and everything. Then they get the wrong GM. Then you draft it wrong. Then you do this, and then you do that, and then you're back in phase one, and that's about it. And you just go in circles pretty much. Big up, why not? Big up. And to be honest, yeah, by the way, I didn't hear anything about evolving and phases since only started hearing about this stuff since Mikel Arteta took over Arsenal. Never anyone heard talk about that. Yeah, they need to rebuild once again. But you could argue they need new ownership, new hierarchy, new head coach, new sporting director, new signings, new everything. Sounds like Arsenal quite a bit, doesn't it? Like, seriously. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot chat too much because I'm a Bulls fan, so I'm kind of taking some jabs and some uppercuts and doing all this stuff. At the same time, I'm a Bulls fan and we've been shit, well, for quite some time as well, so I cannot chat too much, I'm not gonna lie. I hope that with Karasinovas coming in, something would change, but nothing has changed. Should have traded Vucevic about 50 years ago and everything. Lonzo Ball, I don't know why we'd sign him to a certain extent and everything. Zach LaVine, that's the pain and a half in general, that's what it was. So I cannot chat, I'm not gonna lie. And to be honest, it's quite weird because every single team I support is a meme these days. It is Arsenal, it is Chicago Bulls, it is Ferrari in F1. All the teams are just a meme, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone's being unfair. Unfortunately, we've been rebuilding for 40 plus years. Yeah, Wizards are just not it. Well, my team in the Heat, despite need to rebuild as well. Yeah, you need... Miami Heat needs a rebuild as well. You used to have the big three. It worked. Then you tried to do the same thing. It kind of worked, but it didn't work till the end. But you needed, Jimmy Butler situation with Adebayo and with Tyler Hero and Johnson and everything. Like, it's all up in the place. Like, it's insane. Partey renewal. Surprised it's not an Italian joint. Hopefully Partey resigns for Arsenal anyways. We got a bit of a tangent about NBA here, but I hope Partey resigns for Arsenal. Genuinely, it's all on Arsenal. Like, he signs and he doesn't go there. Sorry again, Kwame. I'm sorry. I don't blame you. I know, yeah. So it's all you. Basically, it's while Arsenal are losing, it's because of me. Why Chicago Bulls are shit, it's because of me. Why D Rose turned his ACL, it's because of me. While Ferrari are a meme, it's because of me. To be honest, I haven't seen a Ferrari driver lift a championship since 2007 when Kimi Raikkonen did it the last time. It's also a massive pain. It's been goddamn 18 years from now, and it doesn't look like it's gonna happen this year whatsoever. Maybe next year with the new rules. Who knows? It's kind of insane. I know what you like it. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Something else. Oh, this is the news we want to hear. This is the news we want to hear every single day. Raheem Sterling's son, Thiago, 8 years old, has joined the Arsenal Academy. A massive congratulations, Thiago. We have a new number 8 joining Arsenal. It's Sterling's son. Woohoo! Woohoo! New person joining. Who is ready for this? Oh, for fuck's sake, I hate this right now so much. Sterling's son is joining Arsenal. Who is excited? Who is excited for Sterling's son joining Arsenal? Serious talk. Who is excited for that? Sterling's son is joining United. Maybe in 10 years, maybe Thiago Sterling will be on the bench getting Wanjiri microwave minutes. Maybe. It's bad enough Sterling plays for us, but his son? It's breathtaking news. It's one for the future. In 10 years' time, he will be... I cannot even say anything, because in 10 years' time, at this pace, Mikel Arteta still might be here, for fuck's sake. That's the biggest issue here as well, given the situation, what we are doing. But good luck to him. Genuinely good luck to him. Where is he playing? I have no idea. Is he a winger, striker? If he's a striker, he's already cooked, by the way, if he's a striker at Arsenal. This is like a breath of fresh air at Arsenal. I don't know why did I like this, but it struck some nerve on me. Nottingham Forest close to agreeing a deal from Botafogo for signing Brazilian trio Igor Jesus, Tuibano, and Jer Cunha. Not done yet, aiming to secure. See, here Edu does his Brazilian thing. You've noticed? Edu is doing his Brazilian thing here. Edu here is signing Brazilians to Nottingham Forest. Like, seriously. He's signing his Brazilians to Nottingham Forest. And on top of that, how much money you want to put on the fact that these guys are gonna bang at Nottingham Forest? In 10 years I'll be 36. No, I don't care, sorry. Well, I saw a video of this kid in his nappy. He had a better shot than Martin Odegaard. Well, it's not hard, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, it's not hard. Why did he bring us Marquinhos? Exactly, then that's the biggest question. And to be honest, Arsenal were linked with Igor Jesus at some point, if I'm not mistaken, weren't we? With another Jesus we were linked, and it looks like Igor Jesus is going there. But I 100% can guarantee you that Edu effect is gonna work there quite nicely. In January we were linked to this scrub Jesus. I knew it. I knew it. This name struck a chord to me. That's why I liked it, I guess. But yeah, I think we were linked with him. Igor Jesus, we were linked with him. But watch, he will go to Nottingham Forest, all those three guys, and they will dunk on us next season. Odds on that. Odds on that is gonna happen. 18 likes. Big up to everyone who has liked. If you haven't already, please like the stream. It shares it around. Subscribe if you're new. Aiming for 600 subscribers as soon as possible. And of course, then road to 1K is going quicker than ever. Too many approval stages at Arsenal Forrest Edu can make the calls, no stress, and will cook, and his gambles with probably exactly. I genuinely believe that his gambles will work out. Some of these guys, not gonna lie, besides Igor Jesus, I have seen 2 clips of Jair Cunha, and that's solely because sometimes when I woke up in the middle of night, right, I go on Twitter because I can't sleep, I have to do something, and I just see trending on the right side, and it just, one of those names pop up, and I just see it's Brazilian League, he scored a worldie or something like that, right? 2 clips I have seen. But I 100% can guarantee you they will bang. They will go bang at Nottingham Forest. Robert is telling news is much better than the Sesko news. Arguably, you could say that. Definitely, you could say that. We get more money. We get more sterling. And it's a free signing. Don't forget that. Anyways, good news for Arsenal. According to Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal, United, and Newcastle are interested in Bryan Mbeumo. The key word is interested, obviously, as always. Arsenal are always interested. They're never paying and doing nothing. So let's see how this goes. But I would definitely take Bryan Mbeumo at Arsenal. 100% without shadow of a doubt. Pay the money and bring him to Arsenal. I'm just putting it out right now. Big up AJ. Big up AJ. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. Hope you had a great time here and hopefully gonna see you tomorrow as well. Big up to you. But yeah. Bryan Mbeumo. Would you take him at Arsenal? Would any one of you take Mbeumo at Arsenal? Oh, big up Rich. Big up Rich 99. Big up, hope you're doing well today. If you haven't already, go subscribe to Rich 99's channel, Arsenal content and all that stuff. All good, done and dusted, all good business. Go and subscribe to him. 100%. Yes. See, people would sign him. About 50 million if I'm not mistaken. About 50 million. I think it would cost. And to sign him to be a backup to Saka, maybe play as a secondary striker, which sounds very weird, but it is what it is. Play even as a left wing, maybe he could work there. We haven't seen him much on the left, given the situation, how it works at Brentford, playing with Sade there and everything. But I would take him at Arsenal in a heartbeat. He actually is a quality player, like, so that is that. Mbeumo doesn't move me, to be honest. Don't see what he's adding to our team when I'm expecting Ranieri to be better than him in a year or two. That is the other thing. Because what's going to happen then? Because the thing is, Odegaard is undroppable in Arteta's eyes. Saka is undroppable in Arteta's eyes. If they both can crawl, they're going to play. If they have, either of them can have a broken leg, they can hop on the other leg, they're going to play. Right? And unfortunately, Ranieri plays in Odegaard's position by default, and he tends to play on the right because Arteta wants him to play there. Again, issue because they are undroppable. Mbeumo as well, he plays in those positions where he is undroppable, in the undroppables positions in that regard. Obviously, the system, the way Arteta wants to play football, unless he can change it drastically for the next season, again, it doesn't fit Mbeumo. Like, that's the biggest thing. Is he good? Yes, he is. Would I take him? Yes, I would. At the same time, it raises questions. What would happen with Ranieri? What would happen with other guys? Do you see potentially us signing Mbeumo and Ranieri getting a loan, for example, to Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, to someone like that, maybe to like Crystal Palace or somewhere? Do you see something like that happening potentially, if push comes to shove? Because signing Ranieri on a new deal and not giving him minutes, it's very stupid. And Arsenal obviously are stupid in that regard, given how many minutes since Saka has come back, Ranieri has played, of course. So that again raises the big questions, and I'm not too sure what to expect. He's right-footed. Yeah, he's right-footed. Sad part is Mbeumo is better than anyone we have. Well, to be honest, he's not better than Saka, you could say. And Ranieri is supposed to be better than him in the future if everything goes right. But where would he play? Because he plays predominantly in Saka's position, and that position is untouchable. Let's just say it as it is. That position is untouchable. Robo, it's not working for some reason yet, but I'm gonna start doing my own live in a few. I tried last night, but wouldn't work, and if I can jump another channels, maybe yours and others. We'll see. I'm kind of cannot have anyone on the channel because I don't have StreamYard or Streamlabs. I'm streaming from OBS. But to stream on what's its face, on On YouTube, you need, I think, certain amount of subscribers. You need to verify your account in terms of face recognition and stuff like that. Then it takes 24 hours for you to get, up to 24 hours for you to get verified, and then you can start streaming. It takes 24 hours until you basically, the YouTube allows you to stream, if I'm not mistaken. It was something like that in those regards. Ranieri has to get the minutes if we are signing him to an extension. And that is the thing. So I don't see a real reason to get a left winger in the market. I don't see him getting played at left wing. That for me is the biggest issue. I don't see him doing that. Genuinely don't. And that's what's bugging me all the time as well. Because Ranieri, he needs a new contract. One of the issues his agents has is the fact that he doesn't get enough minutes. And if we sign him, he must get minutes. That for me is it's a very big conundrum. Arteta has screwed all this up so badly, and the fact that he's so stubborn and he doesn't want to change his ways in terms of trying Saka on the left, Ranieri on the right, or other way around. Sign another winger, then try him there. It's really bugging me because for him, Saka is right winger, and he doesn't care what anyone says. How about you put him on the left and then put someone else on the right and switch it around? Because it looks like Arteta is very strong believer of having left-footed player on the right and right-footed player on the left. How about you do this other way around? Because otherwise, mostly, unless you are very two-footed, you're bound to cut in eventually. You're gonna cut in your strong foot, like Martinelli does most of the time. Saka is a bit more two-footed, so he can kind of do both things. However, if you put it on the other sides, if you have the right-footed player on the right and left-footed player on the left, obviously you can go down the line and cross the ball, which obviously Arteta loves a good cross and everything. So that is one option. And the other one you can then cut in. It gives more dynamic issues. Plus it throws something else to other teams' wingbacks to defend against. Because everyone knows what Martinelli is going to do. They always double, triple team up on Saka on the right. So if Saka goes to the left, the whole dynamic of the defense now must change. And that could open up certain spaces. But we don't even do these type of simplest things. And that is the biggest bugging situation with Mikel Arteta. He's so unacceptable to change and he doesn't want to change. It's genuinely stifling and absolutely holding up his potential progression in any way, shape or form. Mbeumo is getting better every season. He's perfect to back up Saka. Either way, we need 3 new attacking players and Eze to get Odegaard out of the team. Facts. We need someone to get Odegaard out of the team. Max Dauman could do it easily. Okay, Max Dauman is 16, right? He's gonna be 16, right? This year. It would be a massive gamble to make him play instantly every single game, right? But how about just give him a chance? See what is what. Obviously, he's going with the team in preseason. We will see what is what. And the biggest issue is, even if you prove yourself in preseason, it means nothing for the main season. Because when Yeri looked very decent in preseason, he held the bench for almost all year. If we didn't get the injuries, he wouldn't have gotten a proper kick in the games whatsoever. And even then, with the injuries we had, he still didn't get a proper kick in the games. Like, even then, you are subject to Mikel Artetaism at the end of the day. Non-Westman or attack with Arteta is unacceptable. Exactly. 5.5 years in charge. Attacking players he has signed. Genuinely questionable. Marquinhos, Willian, Trossard, Jesus, Sterling. And you could argue that's about it. Because you can add Havertz to the equation. But Mikel Arteta said himself, we have signed Kai Havertz to be a midfielder. And when that shtick didn't work for him, he threw him up top and basically lucked out that something happened in that regard. So he hasn't even signed attackers. And most of the players he relies in the attack per se, aka Saka and Martinelli, are the players that Unai Emery brought up. Same goes for Emil Smith-Rowe. Because Emil Smith-Rowe was an integral part in the early stages of Mikel Arteta's career at Arsenal. On top of that, together with Saka, there was a season where they two single-handedly, Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe, saved his job. So basically, he relies mostly on players Emery actually pulled up and put into the team. So, go figure. Big up Tim Big Bag Big... Dude, that's a name and a half. I don't want Martinelli and that team next season, please. If we had a chance to sell Martinelli for about 60 million, right, and sign Barcola for about 60 million, 40 million, I would take that. I just want... This attack is so predictable, it hasn't changed in 3 years pretty much, right? We need some new fresh ideas, fresh dynamics, and fresh attacking in general. And it's so stale, it's like chicken with no seasoning. Boiled plain chicken with no seasoning. You know what you're gonna get, and maybe sometimes you luck out and you somewhere under the drawers you find a tiny bit of salt or somewhere, and it just works. Need a fresh manager as well, yeah. Like, that goes without saying, but Mikel Arteta is staying here, well, for a while. Let's just put it that way. He's staying here for a while. How long? Time only will tell. To be honest, I'm kind of scared Wizards might win the finals before we get rid of Arteta at a certain level. Anyways, what else is here? What else is here? What else is here? Oh, we're gonna finish on this. This is the Champions League team of the season. We're gonna finish on this. Champions League team of the season. There is a possibility of that, I'm not gonna lie. Win the Dog might have puppies, and Win the Dog's puppies might have more puppies and everything before we win a Premier League and stuff like that. It could go very nuts very quick, let's just put it that way. But ultimately, the last thing I wanted to talk about today is this. Champions League team this season. There are lots of PSG players, and there are only 4 players that are not from PSG. Rafinha, Yamal, rightly so, Bastoni, and Declan Rice. Mostly, I guess, because of the 2 free kicks against Real Madrid, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, team Bundesliga, Premier League, I cannot even speak. Champions League team this season. Declan Rice is there. Good for him, not good for Arsenal, because that team, like, it shows which was the best team in Champions League. Despite what Mikel Arteta wants to claim that we are the best team in Europe or something like that, what he said. He said best team in Champions League, best team in Europe. He and Top Gunners are saying he's one of the best tacticians and everything. Exactly, Rice. Exactly, Rice. Yeah, Rice is in there. I'm not too sure why, but hey. I guess it's because of the 2 goals against Real Madrid. Because against Real Madrid, Declan Rice actually was quite good. I'm not gonna lie, he was actually very, very good. Great final, yeah, 5-0 and everything. Yeah, for me, Ruiz was better. I would take Ruiz at Arsenal in a heartbeat as well. Last summer I said I want Ruiz over Merino, but obviously nobody cares. What big up AFC always. What phases Enrique and are all the players over 6 feet? Does have a dog in what he goes to Dubai? How many defenders has he bought with his light ball? Did he play into his anthem? Did he use pickpockets and everything? Big up to AFC always. Enrique does none of that. Enrique is the perfect manager for Arsenal because he lets the youth do his thing. He gives them freedom, space, abilities, and he allows them to express themselves. Arsenal do none of that. Arteta. How has Rice made both team of the years? I don't know. Genuinely have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. Arsenal won't win any trophy with that style of playing. Arsenal prefer playing from the corner. Yeah, corner or the lap throw-ins. And that's about it. Yeah. That's about it. But yeah, I think on that note, I'm gonna end today's stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't already, smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. You have been fan-freaking fantastic today. Don't forget, either tomorrow or day after tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, we will have a stream where we're gonna go through comments I am getting on my streams afterwards, on my YouTube shorts, and on my TikToks. We're gonna see the toxicity. We're gonna see what people call me and other people call me and what discussions they put themselves into. I'm not gonna lie. Those gonna be nuts ones. I am scared, to say the least. But there will be some laughing matters, there will be some cooking and everything. So tomorrow, definitely, it's gonna be a fun one, I'm not gonna lie. This makes Arteta a billion times worse, by the way. How can you spend 750 million after 5 years and not make one final for get trophies for a second? Exactly. That is the biggest thing. He made a final with no money spent. That's the ironic part and embarrassing part. Big up Tyrion, go Wizards. What Wizards? You are lucky you're not in G League by this time. If you get any worse, you will be in G League. Can't wait. Damn, I hope Kwame isn't mad at me. Hopeful. Nah, he's not. He's a real one. He understands this. Anyways, for today, I'm going out. Take care. Stay safe. If you haven't already, as I said, like the stream, subscribe if you're new. See you all tomorrow. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your day tomorrow because tomorrow's Monday, so yuck. But it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow treats you well. Hopefully see you all tomorrow as well. Have a nice evening. Have a great time. Big up everyone. And see you soon.